It's time for my favorite Sunday dinner, and it's not even Sunday. Join me while I make pot roast. Okay, first off, what I'm going to do is add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil to my Dutch oven and warm that up. And then I'm going to sear my meat. And I have a 2-pound chuck roast that is just dying to become my dinner. You can kind of hear that sizzle in there. This is just yumminess waiting to happen. We're just going to sear it. We're just going to have a crust on these sides, kind of like a bark, before we put it in the oven. And then when this has been cooked for about 2 hours, then I'm going to add my vegetables, which consist of my carrots, my celery, and my potatoes, in with my onion, which is going to go in here next. They're going to get seared as well. This shouldn't take very long. This should take about 3 minutes or so. Here, let me fast forward that for you. All right, the searing's about done. I'm going to add my chopped onion there, and I'm chopping in very big pieces because not everybody likes onion as much as I do. So I want to make sure that the pieces are big enough for anybody else who's eating it to pick them out. This is strictly just for flavor. I'll eat the onion, but not everybody I know does. Now I'm going to go ahead and layer the onions. Put my meat right back up on top. Add my salt. Add my pepper. Add my secret ingredient, ranch seasoning. And then last but not least, some vegetable broth. And I added about 2 cups there. I'm going to go ahead and cover this. Put it in the oven for about 2 hours. I'm putting it on at 350. I usually cook it slower at 275. But I'm doing a little bit of an experiment today. I want to see how the meat comes out, if it's still just as tender, if I leave it in there a little bit longer on a higher temperature. We'll see. We'll see how this comes out. A little bit of an experiment. So 350 into the oven for about 2 hours, and then I'm going to add the rest of my vegetables. Here we go. All right, let's see how we're doing here. I'm about ready to add my veggies. Oh, that's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm going to add a little bit more juice to that. Add my carrots. Add my potatoes. Now with the juice that's left over, I'm going to be making a gravy, so I want to make sure that I have a good flavorful amount. So I'm going to add more vegetable stock. You can use beef stock with this, and I think most of the time when I've made this, I do use beef stock, but that's not what was in the cupboard today, so I had to make do with what I had. Stir these around. Oh my gosh, these are going to be amazing. And now the celery. More salt. More pepper. I'm going to cover it and put it back in the oven for about another hour to an hour and a half. The moment of truth. Dun, 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 dun. That just looks amazing. Ooh, the potatoes are fork tender. The meat looks amazing. Carrots are fork tender as well. Nice. Now on to making the gravy. I'm going to use the jus that's left from the roast and the potatoes, and I've taken about a half a cup of water, cold water, in my Mickey cup there, and about 2 tablespoons of flour, and then I've mixed it up so that there's no lumps. I'm going to add it to this. Turn the fire on, medium heat, for about 4 or 5 minutes, and I'm going to let this thicken up. Stirring constantly. You can see as it comes to a boil that it's starting to thicken up. You can tell by the bubbles will start to come up slowly. If it was just water, it would be very easy, like an easy bubble. But because it's thickening, you can see that consistency. And all those juices from the meat and the vegetables. This is going to be some good gravy. I guess that's why they say good gravy. I was able to get some bake at home bread, 7 to 10 minutes in the oven. So let's dish it up, see what we got. Looks like a perfect dinner to me. Bread, butter, even fresh cucumber, and the pot roast. Until I circle back around in the kitchen, thanks for joining me. Bye.